we want to talk about the curious case of George Santos as more and more people are coming out of the woodwork to talk about who he is, his background, including those who have lived with him at certain points in time. Joining us now to discuss this even further, Fox 5 New York reporter Jody Goldberg with the latest. Jody, thanks so much for being with us. You spoke to George Santos's former roommate. What did he have to say?
It was really interesting. As you said, so many people coming out of the woodwork, those who have really known him from 2013 to 2018. They were friends. They lived together for a period of time. And it's really interesting to hear his account in addition to those constituents who have called on him to resign. It's Oh, I heard myself for a second. Sorry about that there. But he tells the story of living with him after he needed a place to stay. George told him, or Congressman Santos, I should say, told him to come and stay with me. He actually paid him rent, and he didn't know why. As he said, 2 + 2 didn't equal 4. He didn't know why he was still getting eviction notices on the door. Take a look at my story. It's really interesting to hear about it.
I wish he would just resign. I mean, I know he won't because he's stubborn.
Gregory Morey-Parker once considered Congressman George Santos his friend.
I was 24 and I met him on an online dating app.
Now 33, Morey-Parker is speaking out about the man he only remembers using the name Anthony Devolder.
I've never known him as George Santos. He said his family name was Zabrovsky.
The two met in 2013, and Morey-Parker took Santos up on his offer a year or so later to live with him for a few months in Jackson Heights, Queens, while he looked for an apartment.
It was a very, modest house.
He says Santos at the time worked for a Brazilian television network.
He would just disappear. I worked and I was busy and I didn't really question it.
But the stories he told...
There was no degrees hanging up. There was no awards from Citi or Goldman.
Never added up, including times where Morey-Parker would wonder what happened to the rent money he paid to Santos.
I was giving him money every month, and he was also getting eviction notices.
Morey-Parker also knew Fatima, Santos's mom.
She was very sweet to me.
And Santos's sister, Tiffany, who he says may have helped raise money for her brother's campaign.
I don't think she had the money at all. I think perhaps it was getting funneled through her from a different source.
The two last spoke in 2019, and it wasn't until recently that he realized the Burberry scarf worn by Santos at a Stop the Steal rally in 2001.
They stole it.
Was the one Santos allegedly stole when Morey-Parker last visited him in Flushing.
The scarf thing was sentimental.
Santos also allegedly conned people, including at least one veteran trying to save his dying service dog through his pet charity called Friends of Pets United. And according to reports, there are no official records of the charity.
Do you know anything about him that's actually true?
I know a lot, but I don't know how much of it is the truth.
What is true is that Santos is being investigated by local and federal prosecutors as calls for him to step down continue to grow louder. Jody Goldberg, Fox 5 News.
And Jody, I'm so interested as well because we just got the news yesterday that, House leaders in the Republican very slim majority did put George Santos on some committees, I believe 2 committees, even as this ethics probe kind of swirls around him there on Capitol Hill.
So we have 2 committees, the Small Business Committee as well as the Science, Basic Technology Committee. While they may not be top committees, it's definitely something to consider, being that he possibly could have some issues with campaign finances. People may question, why would he be on a small business committee? How suited or well-suited would he be for a committee like that? And also the Science, Based and Technology. It's just a move. Many people were wondering, which committee he would choose, Speaker McCarthy. And now that we know, I guess we'll see what happens next. Another thing I just wanted to point out, later this afternoon, we were hearing some more about his mom, Fatima. That's somebody who Gregory, who we heard from just a short while ago, mentioned. He lived with her for a short period of time. There were allegations. George Santos said that she may have died because of 9/11 related illnesses, and now we're learning that she may not have even been in the United States during 9/11, which is just something, I guess you could shake your head, but so many people say, go figure, just something else. he could have embellished on.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what he does on the committees there, as so many are looking into, especially his campaign finances. And we'll see if he makes, any friends, any confidants there on Capitol Hill. Jody Goldberg, as always, thanks so much. Talk again.
Thanks for having me. Take care.